Hi, I'm Flip Nicklin. Welcome to Humpback Chronicles. For me, I think of whale season in Maui as being about 100 days between December and April, and of those days, maybe we'll get out the last few years 45, 55 days on the water. As summer ends here in Alaska, it's pretty easy to dream about calm, clear, warm mornings off of Maui, having your early coffee and looking for a whale. Things usually start by seeing a blow, hopefully out of town, away from people, where we can go and do our work without bumping into too many folks. And it's not really just finding a whale, but finding one doing behaviors that we're working on. For many years, it's been finding a singer or finding a breath holding pair. For the last couple of years, cows and calves and looking at them has been a big part of what we're doing. But again, you're looking at blows and trying to figure out what kind of group you're looking at. Once you find a likely group, the next step is getting an ID picture, a picture of the tail, so you can match with other whales you've seen and basically know who you're working with. Individual photographic IDs have been a key part of whale research since the 70s. And as we move into technologies that make it easier to share this information, they'll continue to be a really important part of whale research. The documentary boat that I works on documenting science and behaviors, whether it's singers showing what they do and who they're doing it with, or breath holding animals, to look at the behaviors that we're working on and be able to show what we're talking about and what the science is saying. Back in the 70s, I got involved with whale research as an underwater photographer, and underwater work is certainly important to what we do, but we don't get in the water nearly as often as people might think. It takes the right group, the right situation, and something that moves us forward from what we already have. That said, getting in the water with a camera and sharing with people something new and exciting is the best part of the job for me. And we're out there looking for things that we're working on, studies that are going on, questions we're trying to answer. But we're always excited to find something new. Very often, something happens around you that's great, either for science or just for a great picture, and we certainly don't ignore that. That's always a great bonus. But patience is important. And when you're out there and things are quiet and it's a little warm and you're a little sleepy, one of the things that keeps you going is that knowledge that any moment something wonderful could happen, something unexpected. When you're working on small boats and in tight quarters, working with great people is really important. I'm lucky I get to do that. Working with Megan Jones and Jim Darling has been great for decades. I feel equally lucky to work with Haley Robb, a key member of the boat crew I've worked on for the last few years. Haley Robb.
I began my involvement with Whale Trust as a grade school student who was attending one of the first Whale Quest keiki programs. This event has since turned into our yearly Whale Tales program, and I've gone back every year since to listen to the talks on the latest cetacean research. One year I heard Dr. Megan Jones talk about the female role of humpbacks in the breeding grounds, and during it she had happened to mention that she'd be using Lahainaluna High School to analyze blubber samples she'd collected. I was just going to be starting at the high school, so I was really interested in the work that she was doing. So my mom forced an introduction between Dr. Jones and by the time I reached my senior year in high school, I ran the whale project in our high school's biotech lab. One of the things Megan was trying to determine was late-stage pregnancy in the humpbacks by looking at sex hormones in the blubber samples she had collected. I felt very honored to be a part of this project as a high school student, and after graduating, I attended the University of Victoria in Canada to pursue a degree in marine biology. During my time there, I was able to complete an internship with Whale Trust over a summer, matching manually flukes from our Hawaiian catalog to Prince William Sound. I got one match and well over 100 whales during that whole internship. But luckily for me, Dr. Jones invited me back to do an internship during the whale season. So I started during 2017 after I'd graduated. My job was, and still is, to go out on the research vessel and do data collection. I go out with a notebook and GPS, and I take notes on location, time, behavior, group type, and roles of the whales we are observing. I also work with Flip, Ralph, and Megan to correlate the notes for individual whales to an ID picture they may have taken, so that we have notes for each individual matching up with an ID for that whale. When I am not on the boat, I do data entry, I manage our ID catalog and our database. Since 2017, I've progressed from an intern to research assistant, and now I will be starting my PhD at UC Santa Cruz in the Costa Lab, working on the very hormone project that I was involved with as a high school student. I am very thankful for all of the support and opportunities that the Whale Trust community has provided me with since I was a kid. I am also very much looking forward to continuing my relationship with this organization as I progress through my career.
We certainly hope that Haley will be part of Whale Trust for a long, long time. Well, once again, thank you, and thank you for your support. Bye-bye.